there's been so many gurus, so many schmoogurus and fake gurus that have been coming out with courses on how to wholesale mobile homes. I think it's legitimately ridiculous, the amount of mobile home wholesaling courses, because mobile home wholesaling should be simple, right? It's cheap, affordable housing, and it's probably one of the best wholesaling like things that no one really talks about. So we're going to break down kind of a step-by-step tutorial today on how to wholesale mobile homes. Nobody really talks about this too much. We're excited for this one. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. What is up, Farden? What is up, Jocelyn? What is up, Osman? What is up, guys? Appreciate it. Love all the love here and the support. So let's kind of talk about mobile homes. The first question is, before we kind of like break it all down, but like, what is a mobile home? I think that's the first question you have to ask yourself, because in wholesaling real estate, we're told to look at ugly houses and we can get big assignment fees and really good deals. But like, what is a mobile home technically, right? Because there's technically a definition for it.
It's
it's all over the board though.
It's all over the board. So my old definition of a mobile home is, you could put it on a trailer and move it. That's the word mobile and home. And a lot of people mix it up. The reality is there's really two types of mobile homes. There's single wide and double wide. So they're kind of self-explanatory. One's just basically two trailers put next to each other, and they can be transported anywhere. And then what they do is, in the perfect world, you find a lot of land that you own. You put the mobile home on it. The challenge is always going to be the utilities surrounding it, either sewer and water. And that's the key with mobile homes. And the difference with the mobile home is they're actually classified as a DMV, and like you would a car or like a trailer or like an RV. So I found this out the hard way. You actually have to register your mobile homes under the DMV to keep them current. And honestly, I didn't even know that till like 5-6 years ago. So
it's crazy.
It's absolutely nuts. So it's a mobile home, something that you can technically move around and move to different lots. The reality on mobile homes is, after a certain amount of years, it's easier just to replace them than try to fix them. That's why they're kind of like cars.
Theoretically, they are like cars. Some have VINs, some don't. So basically, the mobile home, you just look them up. They're basically just those type of little houses that are kind of look like trailers, but they're not trailers. I think someone ignorant and young like me, when I first got into wholesaling, when I heard mobile home wholesaling, I thought, oh, it's like those little trailer like homes, right? Trailer park. I think of a trailer park because I used to watch Ed, Edd and Eddy as a kid. What I learned with mobile homes are actually, they look like stationary houses they look like they're rooted in the ground, quote unquote, but they're not. Like, you can still lift them up and move them. They're not like trailer homes like I thought. I think that's the first beginner thing, showing how young I was when I started wholesaling. But these are really good. So the next thing is like, why wholesale mobile homes? Why don't we just go after like big, ugly houses, right? Because theoretically, if I'm wholesaling a mobile home for $40K and I sell it for $45, $50 and make $10K, why would I do that when I go after a probate that's maybe going to be a $30, $40, $50K profit, right?
Yeah.
The truth is, for mobile homes, there's two really big reasons, right? The two real reasons why we're talking today. Number one, most wholesalers aren't going after them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not talked about from the gurus, nothing like, because these gurus all live, I'm saying this in the nicest way, all live in their little pockets of the country. There's usually two markets that they are in. And that's like 2% of the population of the United States, maybe 5%, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of these gurus live in places where there's not a lot of mobile homes, just being honest. We live in the Southeast in the United States, the South. So there's a lot more mobile home, trailer homes, and there's a lot more opportunities out there.
Yeah.
If you're living in Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, heck, western part of North Carolina, Tennessee, there's so many mobile homes out here that there's so many deals to be done. But your favorite guru who is living in like this big city, right? Like that's doing virtual, like they don't know about it. They don't understand that. And they're not talking. That's reason one. Number two is there's not wholesaling them. And mobile homes are amazing to going after. Most people in your market, there are mobile homes. A lot of gurus don't talk about it. There's tons of profits. So many great opportunities with it. And the other thing is like, oh yeah, cash buyers don't want mobile homes, right? There's no insurance, so quote unquote. But guys, cash buyers actually love mobile homes. The ROIs are insane. There's huge cap rates, but there's a reason why, right? But they're great rental opportunities. People love them. It's affordable housing, so it's more attractive to cash buyers, and you get really good ROIs. And guess what? When recessions hit, when tough times in real estate hits, rents usually don't really differ too much on mobile homes. Like they don't really like cut down 30, 40% like they do in regular houses. So a lot of cash buyer landlords love them. Renovations aren't as expensive. So these are great deals. And you can do a ton of volume. You can do a ton of $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 deals in mobile homes. We actually have a bunch of mobile homes as rentals.
Yeah.
They work really well for us. And no, we did not buy them cash. I mean, there are a lot of creative financing opportunities and plays with them too that just, we love mobile homes. There's a ton of them out there. And it's an attractive opportunity for real estate wholesalers. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. I really love the mobile home stuff. Most wholesalers don't talk about it. And so we're excited to break it all down. So mobile homes versus a regular house, right? Like what are the differences between wholesaling them both? And let's kind of break that down in the beginning. When it comes to a mobile home real estate wholesaling deal, there's certain criteria that have to be met. There's rules, right? Like I don't go after every mobile home. I don't go after every single house, right?
Yeah.
There's ARV rules. There's ownership, if it's in like a specific park or anything like that. But really the difference between the two is not much. I'm being completely honest. So how do we figure out if something's a good real estate wholesaling deal? Is it under contract for a good price? And can I sell it for more than that with a cash buyer? Your rules still apply in wholesaling real estate when it comes to mobile homes and regular homes. You're still going to check out ARV. You're still going to check out repair cost. There's still a multiplier on those deals. And really, like it's very similar. What do you focus on with a cash buyer? Their motivation, right? You do the same thing with a mobile home. The motivation is probably even more or the same. There's really not a difference between these two on the wholesaling side. The real estate's a little different, but you don't have to be an expert. It's very, very similar. I think people think it's like a completely different thing, and it kind of they move away from it, but they're amazing. So let's kind of break down like our criteria for wholesaling mobile homes before I get into the nitty gritty of it. But like we have specific rules for wholesaling mobile homes, right? Number one, I think it's the most important one. I do not want to wholesale a mobile home unless the land is owned underneath it, right? At that point, you're basically flipping cars, right? Because mobile home is technically a vehicle to an extent, right? So like we're wholesaling. What are we wholesaling? Real estate, right? Real estate is basically more or less land at the end of the day because we're buying the land, we're selling the land, and what's on that land is just, it's pretty much gravy on top of that, right? So we are wholesaling real estate. Mobile home is the same thing as wholesaling real estate. Are we wholesaling vehicles? No. Wholesaling real estate. So if you own a mobile home on a piece of land you own real estate, correct? We're still wholesaling real estate. This is just an aspect of it. So just kind of keep that in mind. If it is real estate, you should wholesale it, right? I don't care if it's a commercial deal, right? If it's an apartment complex, if it's just a regular house or a mobile home. If there's land and there's something on top of the land, you can wholesale it, right?
Yeah, it's important to understand. We're actually teaching the technique of buying individual mobile homes. There's a lot of techniques to buy the entire park. It's an entire different conversation.
Yeah.
So for clarity on this video, we're talking about going into a mobile home park and buying it from the individual owner. This isn't how to take down the entire park. That's an entire different evaluation. So basically, guys, it's just like doing single family homes. The only difference is like they're mobile homes. As he says, rule number one on every one of them is they have to own the land underneath of it. Because in reality, you're buying the land and getting everything else that comes with it, because the mobile home on that deed, it's not written in there. You're just getting the land. So if you don't own the land, you have to, at least you don't really own it. So it's really important, because you're never going to get ahead if you have to lease the land, because they're just going to constantly keep upping the land lease on it. So unless you have some crazy creative financing strategy where you're putting no money down, I would never take a mobile home with a piece of leased land underneath of it.
No, like when they have lot rent, stuff like that. So let's kind of break down the mobile home rules. So just first of all, you understand there's in the United States. Okay. I don't care if you live out west or, in this crazy place, most of the United States, let's talk about like the heart. Like we're talking about Detroit, Michigan, right? We're talking about the Southeast, the Midwest, right? Where most people live, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of mobile homes. I'm talking about San Francisco, right? Like I'm not talking about something like a crazy town, but like most of the United States, if ARVs are under 250K, there's probably a ton of mobile homes. People own mobile homes and they own the land underneath them. It's very like there's a ton of them. And we're going to show you, like, we'll pull up batch leads and PropStream and show you how many. Like, there's actually there's more than you think. And I think it's funny. So we've been wholesaling a bunch, guys. If you look at our vlogs on the channel here, we have a ton of creative financing and wholesaling deals where we go in front of mobile homes and we just show you deals like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a ton of them. There's whole neighborhoods where we live, especially in Florida, like Central Florida, kind of outside Orlando. They're neighborhoods and there's mobile homes on top of them, right? There's a ton of them. And most people are shocked by that. But it's absolutely true. There's thousands and thousands and thousands, and most wholesalers aren't going after them. So it's definitely a great opportunity. So I'll tell you, the number one opportunity for wholesalers right now is wholesaling mobile homes. I think that's such a huge one because wholesalers aren't going after it, and there's just so much money to be made on them. Like you can do like 5 or 10 of them like every single month if you're in a big mobile home market that most wholesalers never thought about it, and the gurus don't talk about it. So the mobile home rules is the land has to be owned underneath it. And to an extent, that's pretty much fair game. Like if it's salvageable, it's good.
Yep.
Most people imagine there's a stigma in the United States with mobile homes that like every mobile home is nasty. There's 50 people living in them. Like a lot of mobile homes are pretty nice. Like some of the newer ones, they're very, very nice. I think people really have a bad misconception. Now there's a lot of dirty, ugly, nasty ones. That's where you make a ton of money. Like that's where you lock these things up.
There's only 2 real issues ever with a mobile home. Everyone I come across. Number one is the septic system. So most of them are on septic systems. So like the drain field, you guys know how that works is if you have to replace it, it's anywhere from 6 to like 12K, depending on where you are. So the problem with them is if you have too many people living in the mobile homes, they just override the septic system and it can't keep up. The second one is the water. A lot of mobile homes originally were developed in areas where they just didn't have like city water treatable.
Yeah.
Today, like more than half of them have the same issue. So you usually have to have like a water treatment system. In my opinion, just pay the money because if you don't, the tenants won't keep up with it and it runs your plumbing to the ground and it gets really expensive. So it's those are the 2 biggest things. A water treatment system, around, $500 to $1,000, depending on where you live. And you just got to put some salts in there. And that's what keeps the water clean coming in the sink. So you don't get the red stained bathrooms and your pipes don't get clogged up. And they actually have drinking, like usable water they can cook with and bathe with and drink.
Yeah. The point here is there's not a lot of rules with wholesaling mobile homes.
That's it. I just
pretty much if the land is owned underneath it.
Yeah.
If there's a septic problem, that's fine. We can still just lock it up for lower, right?
Yeah, you can just deal with it. It'll require a permit, but I'm telling you, those are the 2 biggest obstacles I ever face. Let me know in the comments if you guys have faced like any others, but roofing, electrical, that's just standard like house stuff when it comes to it. So
it's pretty simple. Like most people I want you to have this on your radar. Most people don't have them on their radar. You're trying for dollars. You find a code violation list, right? They're all going to start being on there.
To be honest with you guys, I ignored mobile homes probably the first 12, 13 years I did this.
Like one thing I tell you right now is like everyone thinks it's so complicated to find mobile home deals. Guys, if you just go to like listrei.com, just search vacants on mobile homes. Like you can get stuff like that. So the question is like, how do you find mobile home deals? They're everywhere. Like even the code violation list, if you have a mobile home and you don't cut your grass, code violation, right? Like that's so like let's talk about the freeway and paid way. The freeway is a lot harder. The paid way is a little better. But most people are going to pull these leads from like just buying a list from like zachdata.com or listrei.com. That's going to be the way that we honestly do it. It's a little tougher to do. Mobile homes are it's weird because like they're on government lists, but they're not as common as regular houses. So if I get like a code violation list, maybe 5% of them, 4% are going to be like mobile homes are in a big portion of houses. So, but they're really cool because if you go after a small portion, they're going to be really good. So there's about, I would say 3 main free ways to going after them. Number one, I'm going to say this just up front. My favorite way, is first of all, You're gonna have to find them to an extent. I would probably do Google Maps. I'd be looking up the tax rolls in my city. You can actually get a free list from the government, right? Like tax rolls or from the property appraiser of every single property on like an Excel CSV list.
Yeah.
And you just go after them, right?
You just got to look at the coding on it. Like, so in my area, they're coded MH. Sometimes they get a little bit tricky, but you can go to your county records and get this information. And honestly, if you have a place where they have a computer there, talk to like an employee and they'll say, listen, I'm just trying to get a list of all mobile home owners. They don't get it asked often. So they're actually excited to answer that one as opposed to, your foreclosure list, your tax delinquencies, all that stuff. So manufactured homes, they're all designated. So if you want to find out how they're coded, find a mobile home in your area, look it up under the property record and see how the county codes it. And that will kind of give you the blueprint on how to find them.
Go to the For Rents. There's going to be some mobile homes on there. Reverse engineer the address with the property appraiser, find where that is, and you're good to go. The truth is that, like, if you want to find what areas there are, look up the For Rents. There's going to be 1 or 2 mobile homes on there, really cheap, right? And then just find those neighborhoods. And where one mobile home is, there's usually a ton. Yeah. And then what you're going to do is, here's a great way to find these deals. Just do bandit signs. Like, pretty simple. Yeah. We buy ugly houses. We buy mobile homes. Like we buy mobile homes. We buy mobile homes cash. Put a phone number. Stick like 10 or 15. You're going to find a ton. Like from our mobile homes, like how we find our tenants, really easy. I just stick a For Rent in front of the mobile homes. It works really well. You honestly need, like, if there's 50 mobile homes in an area, you need 4 bandit signs on like the choke points or where people drive in and out. Like 5 bandit signs. That's all I'm at. Like not a lot of wholesalers are going after those areas. And that works really well. Yeah. Also understand that it's a very tight knit community. It is. So like everyone knows when someone will call you like, hey, do you know anybody's got one for sale? And they're like, oh yeah, Donna's been talking about it. So just connect with the community because one person calls you, ask them if they know of anybody who's interested in selling their mobile home. It's insane. I remember once we did a video at a mobile home we did create a financing deal on like a year ago. We went in there, we put a lockbox on it, we recorded the video. Neighbor 2 doors down came up to us, said, what's going on in the house? We basically said, we're renovating it and we're going to have it for rent. Oh my God, my best friend needs to find a place. Boom. Like it's so simple. Yeah. It's such a tight knit community. Like everyone comes outside, says hi to you. Yeah. They always look at the property. So how do you find these? Bandit signs are great. Tax rolls, make sure they're on the government list. It's pretty simple. Now, if you want to do something a little more specific, you can just go on like listaria.com and pull the mobile homes. We'll show you at the end of this how to do that. Very, very simple and fast to be doing it. It works like a charm. I love it. So that's definitely something I do recommend, but they're very easy to find. The question is, do you just cold call just plain mobile homes, right? Like that's one thing. I would say yes. If there's less than 500 mobile homes in your county, like a bigger population, just cold call all of them. Like I think that's pretty much worth it. Yeah, guys, it's like mobile homes. I blew them off for the longest time. You're going to laugh at this. I had people try to give me mobile homes and like, I wouldn't take them because I was scared about the deferred maintenance and all this stuff. And listen, right now, like I've been doing this so long that mobile homes are now above the entry price that I did single family homes. So it's a natural tendency for people to go, okay, well, I want to get my first home. Now the mobile home is like, I'm not going to say the new American dream, but it's the affordable American dream. Mobile homes we saw selling for $8,000 to $10,000 are selling for $1 to $150 now in parts of Florida and the Southeast. And guys, I couldn't even wrap my head around these numbers. And the other thing why it's so valuable is keep in mind, a lot of banks they don't like doing mortgages on mobile homes because they're really a DMV product and they can only value the land and a little bit of the trailer on top of it. So these are prime for people like you and me because they require cash. Before, when they were 40 grand and less, it wasn't that big a deal. Now, when you're talking about $100,000 mobile homes, banks won't give mortgages on them much unless they're brand spanking new by a builder. Yep. It's a perfect scenario to do wholesaling, creative financing, anything you want, because what's the competition to buy it? Like no one's going to go out and get a mortgage and get these deals. So they got to find someone that's ready to go and be able to take it over. So
A lot of these homeowners own them for like 10 grand. So like, oh,
Yeah.
you'll give me 10 grand up front and then finance the rest. Like, yeah.
So let's break this. So like Tony's got a question. Let's kind of go over theoretical for everyone. You know, I found a mobile home in Zillow sitting on 2 acres, and I don't know how to go about it. This is really simple. I think a lot of people like Zillow for sale by owners have a lot of great mobile homes.
Yeah.
How do you go about it? Y'all saw me Tuesday cold calling, right? Getting reductions from sellers, selling them, getting price commitments, all this stuff. This is the simplest one. I don't know what to go about it. Call them. Talk about the house. Tell me a little bit about it, right? What's the condition? Why are you looking to sell such a house? Do you have to cut the grass? Or what's the issue with the acreage, right? Is it vacant? Like, is the property vacant? Do I need to cut the grass?
Do I get a lawnmower with it?
Yeah,
you know, just like stuff like that.
That's how you build. And there's, hey, how long has this thing been listed? And here's the best one. How much you looking to get rid of the mobile home for?
Yeah.
Oh, if you had a price, what would it be? Like if I bought this thing all cash, ready to go. It's just, people get so shocked when they hear me cold call or have you like have conversation with sellers like on a mock thing. It's like, get to the point. Like it just, as a normal person, I always look at like buying. I always tell everyone, you know, act like you're buying a car when it comes to a house. Guess what a mobile home is? It's a vehicle.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, if I'm buying somebody's Honda Accord, I'm not going to have a 30-minute conversation about their grandma. Like sometimes I'm just going to get to the point, right?
Yeah. And
I'm looking to buy your car.
Yeah.
I'm looking to sell my car. Tell me about the car.
And here's a little tip on mobile homes. Like the truth of the matter is most people have no idea what they're worth because listen, Zillow misses it by a blue mile. And most of the owners know that. And every now and then you get one to go, well, one sold down the street, but you got to understand a lot of the ones I deal with, there's not a lot of these people aren't surfing on the internet. They go, listen, I bought it for $10,000 10 years ago. If I could get 25 or 30 for it, I'm not saying it every time, but like a lot of times they make very, very fast decisions. And for that reason, no bank loans for the most part. To me, it's an easy process because you need to look at it almost like it's the same qualifications as a motivated teller, but much better price point, and they move faster and you don't have competition from banks and inspections. And guys, the retail buyers aren't flocking to them because they don't know how to buy mobile homes either. So you're the perfect pivot point to put these under contract and to sell them to cash buyers. Because here's the really cool part. On a mobile home, your cash buyers can be the retail buyer if it's in good shape. And you can simply do an assignment. You can do a double close. You can be creative with it. And you can actually get a bigger retail spread. I've seen $25,000, $35,000 profits on a mobile home. It's insane.
So let's kind of break this part too. I think this is pretty cool. So let's go to listaria.com. Someone comment below what market I should be going after mobile homes. And we're going to break this down. So I'm just going to go here to PropStream. So we're currently in PropStream right now. So let's go to Dallas County, right? Let's see, can everyone find me? Yeah, go to listaria.com. We kind of talked about PropStream yesterday, so like I don't want to beat a dead horse with it. But let me just just someone FYI, I'm just going to go to filter here. I'm going to go to property characteristics. And then you see property types. So let me get rid of my face here. All right, we're just going to go to property types. And all I'm going to do is I'm in the search. I'm just going to see MO, funeral homes, hotels. Like it's kind of crazy. You'd be a little Ben Malo with your shopping center, right? Is that you? Yeah.
I'm not a big shopping center guy.
But like there's so many, but I'm just going to go here. So residential, right? Manufactured, modular, prefabricated. I would put that in that category. I think modular homes, I think I want to add those in. But like if we're just talking about mobile homes, so I'm going to do mobile home or trailer park and then mobile home. That's all I'm clicking, right? And then all I'm going to do, property characteristics, make sure it's residential, right? Now, there's a couple things we can do here, right? We have property characteristics. We have lot sizes. I would put minimum about 5 square feet. What I mean by that is you want to see if there's land owned underneath it, right?
You mean 5,000, right?
No, 5 square feet.
Okay.
5 square feet. Because at 0 square feet, the land isn't owned underneath it. It's just a mobile home.
Okay.
So I can do you see the difference between 5 and 0? So 0, 13,000, right? Now, if I put just 1, you're at 4,000. Huge difference.
Yeah.
So that's one little tip I found. There's building square feet. There's always like that. I'm not going to do anything crazy like that. I can go to ownership information and I can kind of put like more information on there, right? But like all I'm gonna do is make sure there's only like 2 mobile home owned, right? At most, right? We got 10,000. We can get evaluation and equities and stuff like that. But property characteristics, I can click here vacant, right? This is a cool one, right? There's currently, and let's put lot size 1 square foot. So this is really like if I'm gonna call right now, there's legitimately 31 mobile homes in Dallas County right now where the land is owned underneath it that nobody's living. It's just sitting there. Just sitting there. Right? Right here. Christina Ortiz bought this house for cash in 2012. This little mobile home. See that? Do you see how this neighborhood, these are all mobile homes and the land's owned underneath it?
Yeah.
Dallas, okay? There's some gurus in Dallas, but not a ton. So gurus don't talk. But like, let's scroll up. Holy moly.
Wow.
Look at all these mobile homes and the
That's
land is owned underneath it. All right, now see there's regular houses.
On the outside.
But like, look at this.
Boy, they're packed in there, aren't they?
This is ridiculous. I'm telling you right now. So let's go here. You see how this is a choke point? I'm throwing a bandit sign right here, right? Like I'm throwing a bandit sign right here, right? I'm going to like, guys, and all these roads, guess where they lead to? All these mobile homes, when they have to go to the grocery store?
Profits.
No, they go right here. Right here.
Yeah.
There's this 4-lane highway. I'm not telling you what to do, but a 17-year-old Zach would go right here, bandit sign, bandit sign, bandit sign, bandit sign. It'll cost you $10. $10.
Not even.
And you get to market to all of these properties for $10. Worth it, right?
Yeah, 10 minutes of your time.
10 minutes. So I love the people telling there's no mobile home. Like, look at this. The land is owned underneath this. This is like, oh my gosh. So this mobile home right here, you see all these cars lined up. Oh, beautiful, right?
Yeah.
This property right here, just sitting vacant. No one's living in the house. They've owned it for 9+ years, just sitting there. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
There's only 34 in all of Dallas, which Dallas is huge, massive. But there's 34. 34 that was just sitting there. Are they worth a sticky note? Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? Let's see the mailing. The mailing address is in the same place. So that's kind of weird. But like I got some information here, right? Lot size, a ton of stuff going on, but powerful stuff. So this is great stuff. Now, that's not every single one, but like I'm going Juliana. This property has been owned since how long? Heck, ownership's been, this thing's been owned since it was built in 2002.
Look at the property tax on the lower left-hand corner. Go down.
Where? Oh yeah, 7,000.
No, $210.
Oh yeah,
that's why landlords love them.
It's on 0.025 acres. You see how I put that on the lot size? So maybe I put 5 acres on there, but I think it's just by square foot, so it's fine. But guys, like you can do that all day, right? Like these are great properties to be going after. So like that's how you do the mobile homes. I'm not telling you go get PropStream, but like I'm just like if you have it, quick tip for everyone on here, like. Everyone's like, Zach, why don't you use Privy to do blah, blah, blah. Privy doesn't do that. Love Privy, right? Like, I don't promote it, but like.
What's Privy?
It's some software. Like, I keep getting asked about it, but like.
If you guys want to overpay for properties.
No, but like, I get asked, like, why don't I get that when I got, like, guys, like, there's only like a couple softwares that can do something like this. Batch is one of them. PropStream, like, this stuff works. So I'm just letting everyone know, like, these deals are out here. Nobody talks about them. Because these gurus don't know how to wholesale the right way, and they don't wholesale. Okay,
it's a great starter strategy to like get going. They're not hard to get going at all.
And I do want to mention this. So Michael Sexton says this. I'm being very nice to Michael. Like Michael, I'm saying this in the nicest way. We love your support. We see you. I'm saying this the sweetest way. He has a rule about wholesaling. He says he doesn't like the thing. You want to buy them after built in 1987. We have done over 4 deals this year, creative finance on mobile homes. All built in the 70s.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Remember that yellow one that we sold off? Yeah. That we wholesaled? That was like from the 70s, right? Yeah. I think the other, like something of the other one we did, that was like we have a cash cow one that's like insane right now. That thing was built in like the 90s or early 2000s, but like the ones in the 70s, they need a lot of work, but we can lock them up for like 5K. Yeah. And the land's worth like 10K.
Yeah. What he's referring to, it's like owning a 1987 car. They're much more expensive to maintain, and like there comes a point where it's just easier. Like you can replace an entire trailer, like a nice one, for around 60 grand.
Yeah.
So there's no spending 30, 40 grand fixing up an old trailer. They're not like a house. You just pull one in, pull one out, and think about the time you save to spend 30 or 40 grand to fix up an old one. It's just easier to replace it. So I get it. But the reality is, if the house is livable and it's good, remember, the deals pick us. We don't pick them. I would love every house to be like 2020 brand new, but like wholesaling doesn't work the way. So I'd be a little bit soft on that rule, because we bought some real like junkers that I didn't even want to buy. And he's like, well, let's just buy the whole. We wind up buying most of the street. And we just picked up the phone and just wholesaled off the ones we didn't want. So
Yeah.
it doesn't mean you, Mike, like maybe I would use that rule for you personally owning it. But if you want to wholesale it, scrap that rule, because a lot of the ones you are going to buy are going to be problems 1987 before. Remember, it's not your problem. You're just solving the problem. You don't have to fix it up. You find somebody else to do that for you. And it's a good rule for you personally, but like for wholesaling them, I'd get rid of that rule.
Yeah. So, guys, there's so many of these deals out here. Nobody talks about them. You know, it's insane. But you know, the sad part is we just made this video. I got about 4 gurus who are writing their course for this. Right? Here's a secret marketing strategy nobody knows about. Give me $5,000, guys. You're gonna get probably ads on YouTube tomorrow about this. They're all gonna use our system. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I gave you the information for free. Gurus already sell our information that we give out for free. Just get it here for free. It's ridiculous. But guys, finding mobile home deals are actually really easy. Like it's really simple the way you got to do it. You got to think creatively some of your marketing, but they're amazing. Next question is how to wholesale mobile home deals, right?
Oh.
Pretty simple. I mean, it's a motivated seller.
Yeah. You just got to look for, they're all going to be cash buyers in mobile homes. So you don't have to differentiate between any of that. So nothing changes there. Number 2, there's just a certain type of person that wants to buy mobile homes. And that's the one you're going to target, because they have such a low price entry. If you want to do something creative and carry a mortgage for someone or do something like that, and you can afford to do that, these are the ones that do it, because they're much easier to control. And in my opinion, it's much easier. It's just, they're all going to be cash buyers. And there's just listen, the people that buy mobile homes, they don't do regular single family homes, and you'll know real quick. So just make sure you market in the right groups on social media, and don't overlook the bandit sign on the corner, because these are tight-knit communities. They know everybody, and you can have an instant buyer built in, or if you want to do a renter, even easier.
I know it's crazy. So like Michael, it was a guru rule. I just want to know the truth, guys. I would have thought that too. But the problem is we've wholesaled so many mobile homes from the 70s that that rule is broken, right? Somebody told me you can't wholesale property built after 2010, and then it wholesaled. We had a $77,000 deal that the vlog will be posted in a couple of weeks on the Flip With Rick YouTube channel, built in 2012, right? Like every guru, whatever rule a guru's told you, terrible. Okay, get rid of all the guru rules you got. Ask somebody who actually wholesales real deals, and you're gonna get different information.
I've wholesaled over 5 houses that are 120 years old plus. I used to have a rule, nothing before 1960. Wholesaling fixed that for me. You shouldn't have rules. Remember, you're here to solve problems in a deal. And if you can get a contract sold, and you can help the seller out and help a buyer out and help yourself out, that's your rule. If it creates a profit without you like stressing, and the idea is you're not making a promise you can't come through, you're fine. People start building rules because they think it's going to save you. And I'm just like, honestly, if you don't want to get your heart broken, don't fall in love with someone. I guarantee you won't get your heart broken, but you're going to suffer all the benefits you get from them. You can do the same thing in real estate investing, but you're going to miss out on so many opportunities. So you have to find the balance. There are some bad mobile homes that just need to be knocked down. So a lot of times the mobile home's really bad. You look at it, you're like, dude, honestly, it's just easier to throw this thing out there. You still got the land, and understand 50 to 60 grand, you can put a new one on there. What if you can pick up that land for $3,000 or $4,000, get a trailer, get somebody else to finance it, and then you rent it out for $1,000 to $1,200 a month? Do the math on that. That's where your creative mind works on mobile homes, because there are no rules. The only rule me and Zach give you is they have to own the land under it. If you're going to do something with like a land lease, make sure you profit from day one, because eventually it will end. There will be a huge rent increase on that lot of land, and that's where you're going to get stuck.
Yeah. So like, let me show you an example. Like, so like, if you want to trust us, here's a video we had with Rick, 2020. We kind of just broke down a local mobile home deal we were doing. Look at this. This is all a neighborhood of just mobile homes in Florida right here. Like we did, I think 4 or 5 deals in this little like street. Insane. But guys, like these are all little mobile homes in here, and they work. In this house, if you look on just search mobile home flip with Rick, guys, there's a ton of these deals. So if you're asking why I should listen to Rick and Zach, we just show you the real deeds. Like we do this business for real.
Yeah.
This is us wholesaling mobile homes. Like everything we say, we do. Okay. Like I have no incentive to lie to you about mobile homes. The reason why I'm coming with you guys with this message today is because most wholesalers aren't doing it, and we do it for real, and we make a ton of money doing it, and we want you to profit from it. I'm not here to sell you a course. I don't care. I don't care what your guru says. Your guru doesn't really wholesale.
Yeah.
Sorry if I said that, but it's true.
One of the houses, I don't know if we bought it on that block or not, is actually it's one of the many we hold in a portfolio, and we're just gonna keep it forever because they used to rent for like $300 a month on this block. They rent for $1,200 now, and they opened up a Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah,
in the corner, and
they're all working there. Oh my gosh!
And
Amazon
the thing
warehouse.
is, it's going to wind up being a 6-figure deal on a little $10,000 mobile home that I didn't think 2 things about it, and just. But the thing is, if you buy a mobile home and you cash flow from day one, you can survive any market. And what's happened since we've owned that 3 years later, I mean, the complete world's changed here in Florida. I'm just like, now, if it was the other way around and the real estate fell off a cliff, you still have the cash flow to cover the property. So I'm covered either way. So you're not gambling as much. Why? Property taxes is ridiculously low. To move a regular family in a house in my area, the taxes alone would cost you $4,500 to $6,000 a year. The same mobile home, $500 or less.
It's crazy.
Insurance, it's a whole nother like ball of wax, but it's like most of the mobile homes is just basic liability insurance, because what's your worst case scenario? 50, 60 grand, replace it, right? You can self-insure these other than the liability. So just make sure you own them under an LLC. You lose all. So if I had to own 10 mobile homes and 10 single family houses, the 10 mobile homes will crush them on a cash flow basis. And even in the long run, it actually might even make more money in today's world.
Yeah, unless a hurricane hits, you got no insurance. But
that's the whole thing. You just replace it.
So Michael did say this. I follow your content for free. I did a virtual deal, 25,000 in South Carolina from our advice. Appreciate it. Awesome. Love to see it. My guys, this stuff works. So how do you wholesale them? You meet with the seller. Very simple. Like go meet with the seller, have a conversation, lock up a contract. You're still going to use a title company or an attorney because we are wholesaling real estate. The land is owned, so you still have to go through a title company, right? Like,
so keep in mind, if they own the land, people can still put liens against it.
Yep.
And you can use a title company to do that search. The controversy with the title company comes to registering with the DMV. Less than half the people ever comply and do that. So it might disclude you from some insurance qualifications on it. And you might have to deal with it when you go to sell it. Problem. Yeah. But like the cash buyers, they don't care.
As a wholesaler, not my problem.
We don't care about it. So it comes up a little bit on the title work, but it's like minor stuff.
But you're going to get some questions though. Like sometimes this is a problem. Like in wholesaling, when a seller says, I'll just quit claim it to you, and it's a $500,000 house, I'm like, no. Sometimes the seller is going to tell you a quick claim. So for the people, like, what is a quick claim deed?
Well, here's the funny thing is, so many people think it's quick, Q-U-I-C-K. It's quit, Q-U-I-T. And all it is a fancy termination. If I want to get a property and get it out of my name and put it in Zach's name, I can go down to the courthouse. I can get a template off the internet. The courthouse won't provide it for you, and you do a quick claim deed. It just says, I sign all my rights over to this house to him. The problem with quick claim deeds is more than half of them are done erroneously, meaning they're not notarized correctly. They didn't notify the right parties, and they run a risk. Whenever we got a property and someone says, "Oh, I quit claim that property from my sister," it's like you got to kind of smack your head. I know I have to get it to a title company, and then here's what happened. To do a title policy is the title company has to go back in time and see what happened between me and Zach, and they'll call Zach to go, "Hey, Zach." And then they're going to want to find out if I was married when I did it. And if I was, then they got to go back and track down my wife, and you create a trail of problems. So quit claims are very, very common in like trailers. And you got to do your research on
I
them.
still use a title company because it's kind of hard to get an assignment fee just quit claiming it. So I would still use a title company. So that's still use a title company. When you wholesale real estate, we always use a title company. Now, the last part's how do you find cash buyers for mobile homes? This is actually a very simple one. There's only two types of, honestly, like in real estate wholesaling, there's only two types of cash buyers. Honestly, people are going to flip the house for a profit and people are buying it for a rental. There's not a big business for flipping mobile homes. Like there really isn't. There's a big business for rentals though. So most of your cash buyers for mobile homes are going to be landlords. That's honestly what I have found. Majority of our mobile home deals we've wholesaled pretty much all landlords, and landlords actually pay the most for mobile homes. So how do you find a landlord? Pretty simple. You use PropStream or listri.com, but the best one is just cold calling for rental mobile homes. Hey, this guy owns 4 mobile homes in Dallas for rentals. He's probably going to buy more, right? Because if he's collecting 60 grand a year in rent for these four mobile homes, and you're selling a mobile home for 20K, and you locked it up for 10, of course he's going to reinvest it, right?
Yeah. It's
the cash flow is so heavy in mobile homes, he's going to want to reinvest into more mobile homes. So cold calling mobile home rents, best way. Mobile homes for rent, county, city, just look it up. It's everywhere. Yeah, Craigslist. This is where Craigslist actually works because a lot of people are actually posting. So, guys, that's the hands down the best way. Like I could love to tell you to go to this crazy website. It does it all. The website's Craigslist.
Yeah. And landlords love to buy in proximity. So take a trailer parking, buy more. They'll actually pay a premium. So I constantly chase down wholesalers and bird dogs from other various sources. Say, listen, if you get any more in here, I'll actually pay a little extra money just to get, because we're already managing them actively. And if it costs me $5,000 extra, I don't care. I would love to keep collecting more. And they know that when you do it. And
why didn't I say to use mobile homes for bandit signs because bandit signs are great for cash buyers, not for mobile homes. Because I would put a mobile home for sale. Here's the problem. It's cool for finding tenants, but it's going to be like, oh my God, I want my Uncle Johnny. Yeah. He wants to go buy a mobile home. He's working construction right now. He's in between jobs. Can he buy the house? Like you're gonna get 30 of them. I've tried it. Doesn't work. The cold calling it is going to be the best one. So that's why cold call the for rents. It works really, really well, guys. So love it. Next part here is title companies for mobile homes. That's the last one. I would use a title company because they're going to give you your assignment fee. I don't like the quick claim, like I said before. So that is how you do it. So guys, that's how you wholesale mobile homes. So many wholesalers don't talk about it because the gurus, they don't wholesale for real. They don't talk about it. There's a ton of people crushing mobile homes. I hate to say it. I don't like putting the cat out of the bag out here because we get more followers. Like we screamed about mobile homes like 2 years ago when the panoramic hit. And a lot of people went after it and they did really well. We're kind of coming back to it again because it's just times are changing always. And it's a great strategy. We've never stopped from it. But we want to dedicate entire live for this today. Unfortunately, if you've been watching this for a while, you've been doing very well for 2 years doing mobile homes, but like we're going to talk about it more and more just because we're starting to make more money from it also, that it's going to get a little more saturated, and only because of us. It stinks. But you know, we own enough, so it's fine. So guys, it's great.
The problem is why we didn't do them initially is when you talk about a $5,000 or $9,000 or $10,000 mobile home, it's hard to make big spreads. So traditionally you can make $500 or $1,000. That's why nobody touched them in the wholesaling community. So now at price points between 50 and 100,000, guys, these are the single family homes you were looking for 5 to 7 years ago. So don't forget about it. Okay. It's the market's changed.
That's
people
different.
are more willing.
Florida. Like we're an expensive part of Florida. Not expensive, but like ARV is about 400,000.
Mm-hmm.
You divide that by 4, that's usually what a mobile home's roughly going to be, maybe 5 or 6. So in Florida, some of these mobile homes are racking up to 100, 125. There's still places, Alabama, Mississippi, 20, 30, 40, right? But like even Corey in Tennessee, he's getting them really cheap, right? They're all over the board, guys, just FYI. But there's a ton of great ones. So guys, mobile homes are great. If you guys are living in a place that has mobile homes, you can live in a really nice place. Like I live in a very nice zip code. You live in a very nice zip code. There's mobile homes like 30 minutes away. Amazing deals. Like don't think, oh, I live in a really nice place. Oh, there's no mobile homes. There's mobile homes near you. Like if you outside of like New York City,